Hello, guys. We are going to do Italy trip day 8 vlog. And I think we started off with a video on the windows of Florence because it's got those green shutters all the time. So if you guys were ever wondering what's going on behind those windows, here it is. So they have those curtains.
And then they have big locks on boards. And then they have the slats. And the slats are what you see from the outside.
Right. But see, the window pane actually is separate from the other part too. So it's actually 3 things. 1, 2, 3. Plus the curtains. And then these things move up and down as well.
They do.
Yeah. And some of them, actually, we've seen some, actually, the bottom half kind of opens out.
You have to be very careful because that happened to me. I thought the whole window was going to fall off.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
Yeah. So we thought we'd show you that. So we left Florence and jumped on the train to Venice, and this is kind of what we saw on our way to Venice. Lots of water.
Yeah. Well, between Florence and Bologna, there were a lot of tunnels that we went through.
Yes.
And once we got on the other side of Bologna, that's when we started seeing the water and stuff.
Yep. And it wasn't all just water, so there was some things. Little islands. I can't remember how many little islands are
I lost count.
in between. And we stayed on the main, on the island, not on the mainland.
Quite close to where the gondola boats
Yeah.
are and where the train station comes in.
Yep. And those are, I'll tell you after. Look at the water coming up. See, it was actually pretty high that time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. That's a church. Oh, what's that? A payphone. Apparently they still have those in Europe.
They do. We've seen a bunch in all the cities we were in.
We took a picture of this one because it's got a fountain chocolate. A chocolate fountain.
Yes, it drips all over the place, and I think it's being recycled.
Yeah. I thought this one was kind of a neat little building or pathway to the alleyway.
Streets are very, very narrow, and they all lead up to little piazzas.
Yeah, so here's one of those. And look how clean it is. And does that look like somebody's like coming halfway out of the door? That's a painting. Kind of freaked me out earlier. There, we're taking our first water bus.
Yep. It was windy too when you got on the water.
Yeah. I think here I kind of show what the other side looks like. See, on one side it's got buildings and stuff, and they were all built on stilts.
Stilts, yeah.
Yeah. Stilts, and I think it was 4 materials.
And then they have the cement that lays on top of the stilts.
Yep.
And then they build the house on top of the cement.
Right. And they did that because of invasions. So when the invasion happens, then they can go. They go live on those island thingies, and the armies couldn't get at them. And I think they were started being built. Nope, I'm gonna get my times mixed up.
Oh,
there's an ambulance.
That's an ambulance.
Yeah. Oh, we also noticed on the islands, there's no cars. So everything is by water bus, boat, and there's a lighthouse. You see the lighthouse? And these stations...
Water bus or taxi?
These stations are bus stations.
Yeah.
And, oh, I like this one because of the wooden, whatever you call them.
And all the streets were all down in that area are still all cobblestone.
Yes.
So you have to watch, and then because they're so narrow, sometimes you have to jump up out of the way if there's somebody coming.
Yeah, but nobody drives their bikes. Nobody does anything like that. Yeah, it's all walking, and it's 30 minutes from one end to the other, though you may cross like a million bridges. Taxi ones look like this. Doesn't it look like familiar if you watch The Tourist with Angelina Jolie and Johnny Depp? That was the first thing I said. That's their boat.
And we all dipped our feet in the water.
We sure did.
It's really gross though, because the first few steps are fine, and then the rest of the steps that go down into the canal
Slimy.
are slimy and full of seaweed.
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
I loved going underneath those bridges.
Yeah.
There were so many of them.
Oh, but that's for tomorrow's video.
Oh, okay. Don't listen to that part.
And then we were ending our night off with dinner and apparel, I think it's called, spritz. I didn't like it. Yucky.
It was different.
It wasn't sweet enough. And there's the moon. So that was that. That's when we left Florence and went to Venice. And then tomorrow's video should have our adventures in Venice. Because that day was just our lazy day. Well, actually, today's our lazy day, but that day was our lazy day.
That was a lazy day, yes.
All right, well, talk to you guys later. Bye.